Good afternoon. My name is Bart Verswijvel, and I'm very happy to be the host of the first in our series of webinars connected to the Novigado project. I will click to the next slide, and there you see the speakers of today. So I will, as I said, start with a brief introduction about the Novigado project. But then we have two speakers, two experts in the field of active learning. Barbara Ostrowska from Poland. She will provide a more, let's say, theoretical background of the pedagogical concept of active learning. And then Xavier Garnier from France. He will talk about teaching practice and scenarios which can be qualified as ways of active learning. So here we go. One thing, you see the hashtags here, FCL Talks, because this is part of the series of webinars that we have been creating since a while together with the FCL ambassadors. And you will find them on our website, which will be shown later on. And then, of course, you could also use the hashtag Novigado, which is, in fact, the project that I want to introduce first. One more thing, you will get the opportunity to get a certificate of attending this webinar. At the end, we will provide a link with a few feedback questions, and then you will have the opportunity to apply for a certificate for this webinar in case you need it or it's useful for you. So here we go, Novigado project. You can see here the logo at the bottom of European Commission and more precisely of the Erasmus Plus program funding. And this is indeed the first thing I need to tell about this project. This is a project, the KA2 project funded by the European Commission. We started already the last month of last year. A bit behind the scenes, so to say, but this may be, yeah, let's say the first public call of this project. We will continue the project for the period of 30 months, as you can read here. And this is our website. We embedded the project in the fcl.eon.org website. So if you go there, you will find over the next 30 months or more or less, all information regarding this new KA2 project, which is called Novigado. Does anyone know what Novigado means and what language it is? Then you could write this answer to this first question in the chat. People who are part of the project should not give an answer. Okay, that's a good answer, Sumay. I know, but let others think. We will give the answer in a moment. So this project has been, yeah, let's say, created by 6 partners. You see them here from Poland, Belgium, Portugal, Turkey, and 2 organizations from France. So we have the Think Foundation. Barbara, our first speaker, is part of that organization. Maybe she can tell a few things about it. Then we have European Schoolnet, where I work for. We have a group of schools from Portugal. We have the Turkish Ministry of Education from Turkey. We have the Canopé network in France. And then we also have, Xavier, our second speaker, is part of that international school in France. So these group of 6 partners, different types of stakeholders, I would say, they are a very nice team to start and to finish successfully this project, Novigado. Okay, why do we do this? We have a main objective, of course, to apply for money for the taxpayer, the European taxpayer. We want to give support, like many projects that are running, let's say also in connection with European Schoolnet, but many other, let's say, institutes in Europe. We want to support schools and related stakeholders in the tradition from a more conventional and a more teacher-centered classroom to something that appears now. From the pedagogical side, we want to promote active learning, and this is something that Barbara will explain in a moment, but I think many of you already know some concepts around active learning. So this is our pedagogical, let's say, model. And we connect it to some other elements like innovative learning environments and also the use of relevant ICT tools. Now, you see things happening in more and more schools. They do some investments in ICT technology and also in let's say space design. Also, space design and technology is connected to a different pedagogical approach. Things become more student-centered, more focused on key competences. Now, this is all the nice theory we believe in, or many people believe in this, that we should go that way. But the problem is we need guidance. We're all trained in a more traditional way, and this is the main objective of this project, to support teachers in the first place maybe, but also decision makers, policy makers in trying to create this transition from the more conventional type of teaching to something that you see here. And to support this, we will create a few products, but it will also be a matter of peer learning, a matter of connecting to each other to make these things happen in reality. This is our project roadmap, and I will just select a few of our milestones, a few of our intellectual outputs that we need to create. And the most important thing is this online community. In fact, we are now here with our online community together around this theme of active learning and the other things that I mentioned. But more concretely, in our project, we want to create other products. First of all, we start with a kind of a theoretical background. We are working on now a kind of framework around active learning, and also this will become available. And then you will also soon see, or soon, I mean over the next month, a program of capacity building for teachers taking place, first with some piloting in a few countries. And the idea is that we will create some guidance on how to train teachers in new environments with the aid of technology, but with the main focus of student-centered pedagogy and the promotion of active learning. So this is what we want to do. To have a strong theoretical background to support a capacity building program for schools and teachers in general. So this may also come up in your way, but you will also see quite a lot of things happening online. At this moment, we have started with the creation of an online scenario tool where the users will be guided to create different types of lesson plans, scenarios, not just an empty template, but with some ready-made elements already that you can be inspired from, and that you can build and adapt your own teaching in the way of active learning. So this is a challenge, but we hope to be ready in autumn with that tool. So that is something to look forward to, all available to all of you. As I said, we will support the community with training programs. There will be also a guidebook on learning space innovations, because that is also something that is highly in demand of many schools who want to make some changes. And then at the end, mostly of the project, end of 2021, there will also be an online MOOC in the European Schoolnet Academy around the topic of active learning, and more precisely on innovative learning spaces. So that's something that we want to create for this community that we are setting up right now. Maybe I can have a final slide about that community here. Community is not only teachers, but as you can see here, We also want to connect to researchers, to initial teacher educators, policymakers who need to take decisions, because it's not only teachers who can take decisions for change. Okay, before going more into detail with that, I almost forgot to see whether there was someone who found the answer to the question of what Novigado exactly meant. At first sight, I don't see it, but maybe I will finish this slide here and then I will announce it. Maybe Elena can have a look at it, whether it popped up somewhere with the participants here. So community, that's you. Please be welcome to find very soon next to our bigger projects that I just explained that we will create. There will be some ongoing activity on our website. We want to produce a kind of repository of resources with pedagogical videos, lesson plans, practices. So this is what we will bring together in that community of practice. Uh, there will be other publications and case studies, more in the research field. There will be live events like this one. So this is the first of our webinars. It could be that we have different formats that we can bring to practice online, like Teach Meets, like Twitter chats. We still need to discuss this. And then the blog, maybe you also have found it already with some articles that is also something you can reach through that link that I shared in the beginning, and it's there now as well. And then, yeah, maybe also something that we already started more or less is to collect all innovative spaces in Europe on our website. But now with Novigado, we can have another push to bring kind of overview of all innovative spaces in Europe.